Chapter 1: The Mindset Shift. Why a Millionaire Mind Begins with You. Why do you think life will pause and wait for you? It doesn't. The world keeps spinning, opportunities keep slipping through your fingers, and success doesn't linger for those who hesitate. You might be sitting there wondering, why must I be successful? Why should I train my mind to aim for millions? I'm not here to spoon feed you the answer. Not yet. Instead, I'm here to show you, step by step, why you must choose success, why you must sculpt your mind to think like a millionaire. Stay in it because this journey starts now, and it starts with the most powerful tool you possess, your mind. Let's begin by confronting a harsh truth. Most people will never become millionaires. Not because they lack talent, not because they lack resources, but because they lack the mental framework to break free from mediocrity. The difference between those who live paycheck to paycheck and those who build empires isn't luck or privilege. It's mindset. Millionaires think differently. They see the world through a lens of possibility, not limitation. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They create it. This chapter is about rewiring your brain, dismantling the mental barriers that hold you back, and building a foundation so strong that millions become not just a dream, but an inevitability. Let's start with the biggest obstacle: fear. Fear is the silent killer of dreams. It whispers in your ear, telling you to play it safe, to avoid risk, to stay comfortable. It's the voice that says, you're not smart enough, you don't have enough money, or what if you fail? But here's the secret millionaires know. Fear is a liar. It's a mirage that disappears when you confront it head on. Millionaires don't eliminate fear, they harness it. They train their minds to see fear as a signal, not a stop sign. That knot in your stomach, that hesitation before you take a big step, it's not a warning to retreat. It's a green light to move forward. Imagine this. Every time you feel fear, it's your brain telling you that you're on the cusp of something transformative. The question isn't whether you're scared, it's whether you're willing to act despite the fear. To train your mind for millions, you need to anchor yourself in belief. Belief is the cornerstone of a millionaire's mindset. You must believe with every fiber of your being that you are capable of achieving extraordinary wealth. This isn't about blind optimism or wishful thinking. It's about conviction. Millionaires don't wait for external validation. They give it to themselves. They decide they're worthy of success, and they act as if it's already theirs. Right now, wherever you are, whatever your circumstances, you need to make a decision. You are capable of becoming a millionaire. This decision is the spark that ignites the entire journey. Without it, no amount of strategy, hustle, or talent will get you there. Let's dive deeper into what this belief looks like. It starts with clarity, knowing exactly what you're chasing. A millionaire's mind is laser-focused. They don't just say, I want to be rich. They define what wealth means to them with surgical precision. So, let's get specific. What does being a millionaire look like for you? Is it a sprawling mansion with a view of the ocean? Is it the freedom to travel the world without checking your bank account? Is it the ability to donate millions to causes you care about? Close your eyes and visualize it. Picture the details. The smell of leather in your dream car, the sound of waves crashing outside your beachfront home, the feeling of signing a check to fund a school or a hospital. This vision isn't just a fantasy, it's your North Star. Millionaires don't chase vague dreams, they chase vivid, tangible goals. Write down your vision, make it as detailed as possible, and revisit it daily. This is your blueprint. Now, let's talk about discipline, because belief without action is just a daydream. The millionaire mind is built on discipline, the ability to say no to instant gratification in favor of long-term rewards. Think about your daily habits. Every time you choose to binge watch a show instead of working on your side hustle, every time you sleep in instead of studying a new skill, you're choosing the path of least resistance. Millionaires choose the harder path, not because they love suffering, but because they love results. They understand the power of compounding. 1 hour spent learning about real estate, coding, or marketing might seem insignificant today, but over weeks, months, and years, those hours stack up. They turn into expertise, opportunities, and wealth. To train your mind, you need to embrace the grind. Start small. Commit to one productive habit today. Maybe it's reading 10 pages of a finance book, listening to a podcast on entrepreneurship, or writing down 3 ideas for a business. The key is consistency. Show up every single day. No excuses. Resilience is another pillar of the millionaire mindset. The road to millions is not a smooth highway. It's a treacherous mountain path with avalanches, storms, and dead ends. Failure is not just possible, it's guaranteed. You will pitch ideas that get rejected. You will launch projects that flop. You will lose money, time, and confidence. But millionaires don't see failure as the end. They see it as feedback. Every setback is a lesson. Every rejection a redirection. Every mistake a stepping stone. To train your mind, you need to reframe how you view obstacles. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this teaching me?" This simple shift turns you from a victim of circumstance into a master of your destiny. Let's say you launch a business and it fails. Instead of giving up, analyze what went wrong. Was it the marketing, the product, the timing? Use that data to pivot, improve, and try again. Millionaires don't quit, they adapt. Let's get practical. To train your mind, you need to take action now. Not tomorrow, not next week, but today. Start by setting specific, measurable, ambitious goals. Don't just say, "I want to be a millionaire." Say, "I will earn $1 million by December 31st, 2030 through starting a tech company that solves specific problem." Then break it down into actionable steps. What skills do you need to learn? What resources do you need to acquire? Who do you need to connect with? Millionaires are relentless learners. They devour books, take courses, attend seminars, and seek mentors. They don't wait for opportunities to find them. They hunt them down. Right now, commit to one action. Read a chapter of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Watch a YouTube video on stock investing, or send a message to someone in your industry who's already successful. Ask them for advice, and don't be afraid of rejection. Every step forward counts. But action alone isn't enough. It must be consistent. A millionaire's mind is like a muscle. It grows stronger with regular, deliberate use. You can't go to the gym once and expect to be shredded. Similarly, you can't read one book or set one goal and expect to wake up rich. It's the daily grind, the small, unsexy choices that build wealth. Wake up an hour earlier to work on your business. Spend 30 minutes a day studying financial markets. Write down one new idea every morning. These habits might feel insignificant in the moment, but over time, they compound into massive results. Imagine planting a seed today. It doesn't look like much now, but with daily care, watering, sunlight, patience, it grows into a towering tree. Your mind works the same way. Feed it with knowledge, challenge it with action, and nurture it with consistency. Let's talk about environment, because your mind doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's shaped by what you surround it with, your friends, your media, your habits. If you're constantly around people who complain, who settle for less, who mock ambition, your mind will absorb that negativity like a sponge. Millionaires are ruthless about their environment. They surround themselves with people who inspire them, challenge them, and hold them accountable. Take a hard look at your circle. Who are the 5 people you spend the most time with? Are they pushing you toward your goals or dragging you down? If you want to think like a millionaire, you need to be around people who think big, act big, and live big. This might mean having tough conversations, setting boundaries, or even walking away from toxic relationships. It's not easy, but it's necessary. Another key to training your mind is gratitude. This might sound counterintuitive. Why focus on gratitude when you're chasing millions? Because gratitude keeps you grounded. It reminds you that wealth isn't just about money. It's about freedom, impact, and purpose. Millionaires don't chase money for money's sake. They chase the life it enables. Practice gratitude daily. Write down 3 things you're thankful for, no matter how small. Maybe it's a supportive friend, a warm meal, or the fact that you have the opportunity to read this right now. Gratitude rewires your brain to focus on abundance, not scarcity. And that shift is critical for attracting wealth. Let's address one final piece: patience. The millionaire mind understands that wealth is a long game. In a world obsessed with instant results, millionaires play the long game. They don't expect overnight success. They expect years of effort, setbacks, and growth. This doesn't mean they move slowly, far from it. They act with urgency, but think with patience. They know that every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. So, don't get discouraged if you're not a millionaire by next month. Focus on the process, not the outcome. Celebrate small wins: closing your first client, saving your first $1,000, learning a new skill. These are the building blocks of millions. This chapter is the foundation of your journey, but it's the most critical one. Without the right mindset, no amount of strategy, hustle, or luck will get you to a million. You have to believe it's possible, commit to the work, and stay in it. No matter how long it takes, no matter how hard it gets. The question isn't whether you can become a millionaire. It's whether you're willing to train your mind to get there. Are you ready to take the first step? Stay in it. Chapter 2. The Power of Vision. Crafting a $1,000,000 Blueprint. You've laid the foundation with a millionaire mindset, but now it's time to give that mindset a direction. A vivid, unshakable vision that pulls you toward your millions like a magnet. Without a clear vision, you're like a ship sailing without a destination, drifting aimlessly and hoping to stumble upon treasure. Millionaires don't drift, they design. They create a mental blueprint so precise, so compelling, that it fuels their every decision, action, and sacrifice. This chapter is about crafting that vision, embedding it deep into your psyche, and using it to transform your life from ordinary to extraordinary. Buckle up, because we're going deep into the art and science of building a $1,000,000 vision, and it's going to take every ounce of your focus to make it real. Let's start with the why. Why does vision matter? Because your mind craves direction. Without it, you're at the mercy of distractions, endless notifications, fleeting desires, and the opinions of others. A millionaire's vision is their North Star, guiding them through chaos, doubt, and setbacks. It's not just about wanting to be rich. It's about knowing exactly what that wealth will do for you, your family, and the world. A vision gives you purpose, and purpose gives you power. It's the difference between waking up with a fire in your belly and dragging yourself through another uninspired day. So, let's get crystal clear. Your vision is the foundation of your wealth, the blueprint for your empire, and the fuel for your hustle. What does a $1,000,000 vision look like? It's not a vague wish like, I want to be rich. It's specific, vivid, and deeply personal. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine your life as a millionaire. Where are you? Are you standing on the balcony of a penthouse overlooking a city skyline, the lights twinkling below as you sip a glass of wine? Are you in a boardroom, closing a deal that changes lives? Are you on a private jet, heading to a tropical island with your family, free from financial worry? Picture the details, the textures, the sounds, the emotions. What does the leather of your dream car feel like under your fingertips? What does it smell like in your dream home? Who's with you? What are you wearing? These details aren't frivolous. They're critical. They make your vision tangible, something you can feel in your bones, something that keeps you awake at night with excitement and gets you out of bed in the morning with purpose. But a vision isn't just about material things. Millionaires don't chase money for money's sake. They chase the impact it creates. Maybe your vision is about building a legacy, like funding a school in an underserved community, or starting a foundation that changes lives. Maybe it's about giving your children opportunities you never had, like sending them to the best schools or showing them the world. Maybe it's about freedom, the freedom to work on your terms, to travel, to create, to live without the constant weight of financial stress. Whatever it is, your vision needs to be bigger than you. It needs to pull you out of your comfort zone and push you to become someone greater than you are today. Ask yourself, what would I do if money were no object? How would I live? Who would I help? Write down the answers. This is the heart of your vision. Now, let's talk about how to make your vision stick. A fleeting daydream won't cut it. You need to anchor it in your mind and revisit it daily. One powerful tool is visualization. This isn't some woo-woo nonsense. It's a technique used by athletes, CEOs, and millionaires to program their brains for success. Every morning, spend 5 minutes visualizing your millionaire life. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and step into that future. See yourself signing that $1,000,000 deal, walking into your dream home, or checking your bank account and seeing 7 figures. Feel the emotions: pride, gratitude, excitement. The more you visualize, the more your brain starts to believe this future is not just possible, but inevitable. Studies in neuroscience show that visualization activates the same neural pathways as actually performing the action, priming your mind to spot opportunities and take bold steps toward your goals. But visualization alone isn't enough. You need to back it up with a written plan. Millionaires don't just dream, they document. Grab a notebook or open a document and write down your vision in excruciating detail. Start with the big picture. In 5 years, I will have $1 million in net worth earned through insert specific business or investment. Then break it down. What does your daily life look like? How much are you earning annually? What are your revenue streams? Real estate, stocks, a business, a side hustle? Who are your clients or customers? Where are you living? Be specific. For example, I own a digital marketing agency generating $500,000 in annual profit. I live in a modern 3-bedroom condo in city with floor-to-ceiling windows and a view of the ocean. I travel to Europe twice a year and donate $50,000 annually to a charity for clean water. The more specific, the better. This written vision becomes your roadmap, a contract with yourself that you revisit and refine regularly. Let's go deeper. A $1 million vision requires alignment. Your thoughts, actions, and environment must all point toward the same goal. Start with your thoughts. Your mind is a battleground, and negative self-talk is the enemy. If you're constantly thinking, I'm not good enough, I don't have the skills, or this is too hard, you're sabotaging your vision before it even takes shape. Millionaires train their minds to focus on solutions, not problems. When a doubt creeps in, counter it with evidence. Remind yourself of past successes, no matter how small. Did you ace a project at work? Did you save $500 last year? Did you teach yourself a new skill? These are proof that you're capable. Replace I can't with I'll figure it out. This mental shift is like flipping a switch. It opens up possibilities where you once saw dead ends. Your actions must align with your vision too. Every choice you make either brings you closer to your millions or pulls you further away. Let's break this down to the granular level. What did you do today? Did you spend 2 hours scrolling through social media? Or did you spend that time researching investment opportunities? Did you hit snooze 3 times? Or did you wake up early to work on your business plan? Millionaires are ruthless about their time. They treat it like their most valuable asset, because it is. To align your actions with your vision, start auditing your day. Track how you spend every hour for a week. Be brutally honest. Then cut out anything that doesn't serve your goal. That might mean saying no to Netflix marathons, declining invitations that waste your time, or skipping that extra coffee run to focus on learning a new skill. Every small action compounds, and over time, these choices build the foundation of your wealth. Your environment is just as critical. You can have the clearest vision in the world, but if you're surrounded by negativity, doubt, or complacency, it's like trying to grow a flower in a desert. Millionaires curate their environment with precision. They surround themselves with people who inspire, challenge, and elevate them. Take a hard look at your circle. Who are the 5 people you spend the most time with? Are they ambitious, driven, and supportive of your goals? Or are they stuck in a cycle of complaints and excuses? If your friends mock your dreams or your family tells you to be realistic, it's time to set boundaries. You don't have to cut people out completely, but you do need to prioritize those who align with your vision. Seek out mentors, join mastermind groups, or connect with like-minded individuals online. Follow entrepreneurs on X, read their posts, and engage with their ideas. Your environment shapes your mind, and your mind shapes your millions. Let's talk about obstacles, because no vision comes to life without resistance. Doubt will creep in. Life will throw curveballs, unexpected bills, health issues, or family drama. The market might crash, your business might stall, or your first attempt might fail spectacularly. This is where most people give up. But millionaires don't. They see obstacles as tests of their vision's strength. When things go wrong, they don't abandon their blueprint. They adapt it. Let's say you're saving for your first investment property and a medical emergency wipes out your savings. Instead of thinking, I'll never get there, ask, how can I rebuild faster? Can I pick up a side hustle? Can I negotiate a payment plan? Millionaires don't let setbacks define them. They let their vision define them. To make your vision bulletproof, you need systems. A vision without a system is just a wish. Start by setting SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, instead of saying, I want to start a business, say, I will launch an e-commerce store selling eco-friendly products by June 30th, 2026, with an initial investment of $10,000 and a target of $100,000 in revenue in the first year. Then break it down into daily, weekly, and monthly tasks. Maybe that's researching suppliers this week, building a website next month, or pitching to investors by quarter's end. Systems turn dreams into reality by giving you a clear path to follow. Another system is accountability. Millionaires don't rely on willpower alone. They build structures to keep themselves on track. Find an accountability partner, someone who shares your drive or is already where you want to be. Share your vision with them and check in weekly. Or join a community like a business mastermind or an online forum for entrepreneurs. Publicly committing to your goals makes you more likely to follow through. Post about your journey on X, not to brag, but to hold yourself accountable. Share your progress, your setbacks, your lessons. The feedback and encouragement from others will keep you moving forward. Let's address one final piece: emotion. Your vision needs to ignite you. It needs to make your heart race, your palms sweat, your soul sing. If your vision doesn't scare you and excite you in equal measure, it's not big enough. Millionaires don't settle for good enough. They chase audacious, world-changing goals. So dream bigger. If your vision is to earn $1 million, why not $10 million? If it's to start one business, why not a portfolio of businesses? Push the boundaries of what you believe is possible. Your vision should feel just out of reach, forcing you to grow into the person who can achieve it. This chapter is about more than dreaming. It's about designing a future so vivid, so compelling, that it becomes the driving force of your life. Your vision is your why, your how, and your what. It's the blueprint for your millions, the compass for your decisions, and the fire in your soul. But crafting it is only the beginning. Now you have to live it, breathe it, and fight for it every single day. Are you ready to turn your vision into reality? Stay in it. Chapter 3. The Art of Execution, Turning Your Vision into Tangible Wealth. You've built a millionaire mindset and crafted a vivid, compelling vision. But here's the hard truth. A vision without execution is just a fantasy. Millionaires don't become millionaires by dreaming. They do it by acting relentlessly and strategically, day after day. Execution is where the rubber meets the road, where your ideas transform into assets, and where your vision becomes reality. This chapter is about mastering the art of execution, taking your million-dollar blueprint and turning it into a living, breathing empire. It's about the systems, habits, strategies, and sheer grit that separate those who dream from those who achieve. This is going to be a deep dive, so strap in and prepare to rethink how you approach action, because this is where your millions are made. Let's start with the core principle of execution. Action is everything. You can have the sharpest mindset, the clearest vision, but if you don't act, it's all for nothing. Millionaires are not just thinkers, they're doers. They don't wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect resources. They start where they are, with what they have, and they figure it out as they go. This doesn't mean acting recklessly. It means acting decisively. Too many people get stuck in analysis paralysis, overthinking every detail, waiting for certainty that never comes. Millionaires embrace uncertainty. They know that clarity comes from action, not planning. Every step you take, whether it's launching a product, making a cold call, or investing your first $100, teaches you something and moves you closer to your goal. So, why do so many people fail to execute? The answer lies in 3 traps: procrastination, perfectionism, and distraction. Let's break them down. Procrastination is the thief of dreams. It's the voice that says, "I'll start tomorrow," or "I'm not ready yet." But here's the reality. Tomorrow never feels like the right time, and you'll never feel fully ready. Millionaires don't wait for readiness. They create it through action. If you're procrastinating, ask yourself, what's the smallest step I can take right now? Maybe it's writing one email to a potential mentor, reading one article about investing, or sketching out a business idea. Small actions break the inertia and build momentum. Over time, those small steps compound into massive results. Perfectionism is the second trap. It's the belief that everything needs to be flawless before you launch, invest, or take a risk. Millionaires know that perfection is the enemy of progress. They launch products that aren't perfect, invest in opportunities that aren't guaranteed, and take risks that aren't foolproof. They understand that good enough today is better than perfect never. Look at any successful entrepreneur. Jeff Bezos didn't wait for Amazon to be perfect before launching it. He started with books and iterated from there. Your first business, your first investment, your first pitch, they won't be perfect, and that's okay. The goal is to start, learn, and improve. Done is better than perfect. Distraction is the third trap, and it's the most insidious in today's world. Your attention is under constant attack. Social media, notifications, news, drama. Millionaires guard their focus like a fortress. They know that every minute spent scrolling X or binge watching a series is a minute stolen from their vision. To execute like a millionaire, you need to master your attention. Start by auditing your time. For 1 week, track every hour of your day. How much time are you spending on activities that move you toward your million? How much is wasted on distractions? Be ruthless. Cut out anything that doesn't serve your goal. Turn off notifications, set specific times to check email or X, and create a daily schedule that prioritizes your vision. Your time is your most valuable currency. Spend it wisely. Now, let's talk systems, because execution without structure is just chaos. Millionaires don't rely on willpower. They build systems that make success inevitable. A system is a repeatable process that automates progress. Let's say your vision is to build $1 million real estate portfolio. Your system might include researching one new property listing every day, networking with one real estate agent per week, and saving 20% of your income monthly for a down payment. Or maybe your vision is to start a tech company. Your system could involve coding for 1 hour daily, attending one industry event monthly, and pitching to one investor quarterly. Systems take the guesswork out of execution. They turn your vision into a series of manageable, repeatable tasks that add up over time. Let's get granular with systems. One of the most powerful tools is the daily routine. Millionaires are obsessive about their routines because they know that small, consistent actions create exponential results. Look at someone like Elon Musk. He works in focused blocks, prioritizes high-impact tasks, and sticks to a schedule that maximizes productivity. You don't need to be Musk, but you do need a routine that aligns with your vision. Start by designing your ideal day. Wake up at a set time, say 5 a.m. Spend 30 minutes visualizing your goals, 30 minutes learning, reading, podcasts, courses, and 2 hours working on your primary income-generating activity, whether it's building a business, investing, or developing a skill. Protect this routine like it's sacred. No excuses, no interruptions. Over weeks, months, and years, this routine will transform you from dreamer to doer. Another critical system is goal setting. Millionaires don't just set goals, they break them down into micro goals that create a clear path to success. Let's say your vision is to earn $1 million in 5 years through a digital marketing agency. Break it down. That's $200,000 per year, or about $16,667 per month. How many clients do you need at what price point to hit that number? If you charge $5,000 per client per month, you need 3 to 4 clients. Now break it down further. How many leads do you need to close one client? If your conversion rate is 10%, you need 30 to 40 leads per client. Suddenly, your $1 million vision becomes a daily task. Generate 1 to 2 leads per day through cold emails, social media, or networking. This level of specificity turns a daunting goal into a manageable plan. Execution also requires learning, and millionaires are relentless learners. They don't assume they know everything. They seek knowledge like it's oxygen. If your vision involves building wealth through investments, you need to understand markets, risk, and diversification. If it's starting a business, you need to learn marketing, sales, and operations. Commit to lifelong learning. Read at least 1 book per month on wealth building. Start with classics like Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill or The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas Stanley. Listen to podcasts like How I Built This or The Ramsey Show. Follow successful entrepreneurs on X and study their posts. What strategies are they sharing? What mistakes did they make? Knowledge is power, but only if you apply it. Every piece of information you learn should lead to action. Let's talk about risk, because execution means stepping into the unknown. Millionaires don't shy away from risk. They manage it. They know that wealth comes from calculated risks, not reckless gambles. Before making a big move, whether it's quitting your job to start a business or investing your savings, do your homework. Research the market, talk to experts, run the numbers. But don't let research become an excuse for inaction. At some point, you have to leap. Take the example of Sarah Blakely, founder of Spanx. She invested her entire $5,000 savings into a product she believed in, despite no guarantee of success. She didn't wait for a perfect prototype or a big investor. She acted. That's execution. Calculate the risk, but don't let it paralyze you. Another key to execution is accountability. Millionaires don't go it alone. They surround themselves with people who hold them to their goals. Find an accountability partner, someone who shares your ambition or is already where you want to be. Share your vision and check in weekly. Report your progress, your setbacks, your next steps. Or join a mastermind group where entrepreneurs push each other to succeed. You can even use X to stay accountable. Post about your journey, share your wins and losses, and engage with others who are chasing big goals. Public commitment creates pressure, and pressure creates action. Let's address failure, because execution guarantees it. You will make mistakes, you will lose money, you will face rejection. But millionaires don't see failure as the end, they see it as data. Every flop is a lesson, every rejection a redirection. When Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb, he didn't quit. He said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Adopt this mindset. If your first business fails, analyze why. Was it the product, the marketing, the timing? Use that data to pivot and try again. Execution is iterative. You act, learn, adjust, and act again. The only real failure is giving up. One often overlooked aspect of execution is energy management. Millionaires know that execution requires stamina, mental, physical, and emotional. You can't build an empire if you're burned out, unhealthy, or emotionally drained. Prioritize your health. Exercise daily, even if it's a 20-minute walk. Eat foods that fuel your body, not junk that slows you down. Sleep 7 to 8 hours per night. Your brain needs it to make sharp decisions. And manage stress through meditation, journaling, or even a quick gratitude practice. Write down 3 things you're grateful for every day. It shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance. Energy is the currency of execution, so invest in it. Finally, let's talk about momentum. Execution builds momentum, and momentum builds empires. Every small win, a new client, a successful investment, a skill mastered, creates a snowball effect. Celebrate these wins, no matter how small. Did you save $500 this month? Celebrate. Did you pitch your idea to someone and get feedback? Celebrate. These moments fuel your drive and remind you that you're on the right path. But don't rest on your laurels. Use each win to propel you toward the next. Momentum is fragile. Keep it alive by staying consistent, staying focused, and staying hungry. Execution is the bridge between your vision and your millions. It's not glamorous, it's gritty, relentless, and sometimes exhausting. But every action you take, every system you build, every risk you embrace brings you closer to your goal. This chapter is your call to move, to act, to build. Your vision is waiting, but it won't come to you. You have to chase it with everything you've got. Are you ready to execute like a millionaire? Stay in it. Chapter 4, Mastering Wealth Building Strategies, the Mechanics of Millions. You've forged a millionaire mindset, crafted a vivid vision, and committed to relentless execution. Now it's time to dive into the nuts and bolts of wealth building, the strategies, tools, and mechanics that turn your vision into tangible millions. This chapter isn't about abstract ideas or motivational fluff. It's about the practical, actionable systems that millionaires use to generate, grow, and protect their wealth. From income streams to investments, from leveraging opportunities to managing risks, this is where you learn how to build an empire, brick by brick, dollar by dollar. This is a deep, exhaustive exploration of wealth building, so prepare to absorb, strategize, and act, because this is where your millions take shape. Let's begin with the foundation of wealth. Multiple streams of income. Millionaires don't rely on a single paycheck. They diversify their earnings to create stability and scalability. A single income stream, like a 9-to-5 job, is a single point of failure. If you lose that job, your income vanishes. Millionaires mitigate this risk by building multiple revenue streams. Businesses, investments, side hustles, royalties, or passive income sources. The average millionaire has at least 3 to 7 income streams, according to studies like the Millionaire next door. Your goal is to create a portfolio of income sources that work together to compound your wealth over time. This doesn't mean you need to start 10 businesses tomorrow. It means starting with one new stream and scaling from there. Let's break down how to create these streams. First, assess your current situation. What skills, resources, or opportunities do you have? If you're employed, your job is your primary income stream. Don't quit it yet, but don't rely on it forever. Start a side hustle that aligns with your vision. For example, if you're a graphic designer, offer freelance services on platforms like Upwork or Fiverr. If you're passionate about fitness, create an online course or coach clients virtually. The gig economy is booming. Use it. A side hustle can start small, earning $500 a month, but with time and effort, it can grow into a full-fledged business, generating 6 or 7 figures. The key is to start now, even if it's just a few hours a week. Next, consider entrepreneurship. Starting a business is one of the fastest paths to millions, but it's not for the faint of heart. Millionaires often build businesses that solve problems or meet needs. Look around you. What frustrates people? What do they need? Maybe it's a better way to manage remote teams, a healthier snack option, or a service that simplifies home renovations. Your business doesn't need to be revolutionary. It needs to be valuable. Take the example of Damon John, who started FUBU with $40 in a sewing machine, turning it into a $6 billion brand by solving a gap in the fashion market. Research your market, validate your idea with potential customers, and start small. You don't need a perfect product, just a minimum viable product, MVP, that you can test, improve, and scale. Investing is another cornerstone of wealth building. Millionaires don't just earn money, they make their money work for them. The stock market, real estate, and alternative investments like cryptocurrencies or private equity are common vehicles. Let's start with the stock market. Investing in index funds or ETFs, exchange-traded funds, is a low-risk way to grow wealth over time. For example, the S&P 500 has historically returned about 7 to 10% annually after inflation. If you invest $10,000 today at 8% annual return, it could grow to over $100,000 in 30 years without adding another dime, thanks to compounding. Start small. Open a brokerage account with platforms like Vanguard or Fidelity and invest as little as $100 a month. The key is consistency and time, not chasing hot stocks or trying to time the market. Real estate is another millionaire favorite. It offers both cash flow, rental income, and appreciation, property value growth. You don't need millions to start. Look into house hacking, where you buy a multifamily property, live in one unit, and rent out the others to cover your mortgage. Or explore real estate crowdfunding platforms like Fundrise, which let you invest with as little as $500. The key is education. Read books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or the book on rental property investing by Brandon Turner. Attend local real estate meetups, follow investors on X, and learn the lingo. Cash-on-cash return, cap rates, leverage. Real estate isn't a get-rich-quick scheme, but it's a proven path to millions with patience and strategy. Alternative investments, like cryptocurrencies or startups, can also play a role, but they're higher risk. Millionaires allocate a small portion of their portfolio, say 5 to 10%, to speculative investments. If you're intrigued by crypto, start with established coins like Bitcoin or Ethereum, and never invest more than you can afford to lose. For startups, consider angel investing or platforms like Start Engine, but only after thorough due diligence. The key with alternatives is to diversify. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, no matter how promising it seems. Now, let's talk about leverage. Because millionaires don't build wealth alone. They leverage other people's time, money, and expertise. Leverage isn't about exploiting others. It's about creating win-win partnerships. For example, if you're starting a business, hire freelancers to handle tasks outside your expertise, like web design or accounting. This frees you to focus on high-impact activities, like strategy or sales. Or consider leveraging other people's money, OPM. In real estate, this might mean using a mortgage to buy a property, where the bank's money amplifies your returns. In business, it could mean securing a loan or investor funding to scale faster. The key is to use leverage responsibly. Calculate risks. ensure cash flow, and always have a repayment plan. Risk management is critical because wealth building isn't just about making money, it's about keeping it. Millionaires protect their assets through diversification, insurance, and legal structures. Diversification means spreading your investments across asset classes, stocks, real estate, bonds, businesses, so a crash in one doesn't wipe you out. Insurance, like life, health, or property coverage, protects against unexpected losses. Legal structures, like LLCs or trusts, shield your assets from lawsuits or taxes. Consult a financial advisor or attorney to set these up properly. Don't skimp on professional help. A single mistake, like underinsuring a rental property, can cost you years of progress. Let's talk taxes, because millionaires don't just earn, they optimize. Taxes can eat a huge chunk of your wealth if you're not strategic. Learn about tax-advantaged accounts like IRAs or 401ks for investments. If you're a business owner, understand deductions, home office, travel, equipment. Real estate investors can use strategies like depreciation or 1031 exchanges to defer taxes. You don't need to be a tax expert, but you need to know enough to ask the right questions. Hire a CPA who specializes in wealth building. They'll save you more than they cost. Follow tax experts on X for tips, but always verify with a professional before acting. Networking is another wealth building strategy. Millionaires know that relationships are currency. The right connection can open doors to partnerships, clients, or funding. Attend industry events, join online communities, or reach out to successful people in your field. Don't just ask for favors, offer value, share an idea, make an introduction, or solve a problem. For example, if you're targeting real estate, connect with local investors on X or at meetups. Ask questions, listen, and follow up. Relationships take time to build, but they compound just like money. One mentor or partner can change your trajectory overnight. Let's address scaling, because millionaires don't stay small, they grow. Once your business or investment is generating steady income, reinvest profits to scale. For a business, this might mean hiring a team, expanding to new markets, or launching new products. For investments, it could mean buying more properties or increasing your stock portfolio. Scaling requires balance. You want to grow fast, but not recklessly. Create systems to handle growth, like automating processes or outsourcing tasks. Study successful scalers like Amazon or Starbucks. Growth comes from efficiency, not just hustle. One often overlooked strategy is mindset maintenance. Wealth building is a marathon, and burnout is real. Millionaires stay sharp by managing stress and staying inspired. Meditate for 10 minutes daily to clear your mind. Journal your progress to stay grounded. Write down wins, lessons, and goals. Surround yourself with positive influences, books, podcasts, mentors. Follow accounts on X that share success stories or practical tips, but filter out noise. Your mental state drives your actions, so protect it fiercely. Finally, let's talk about patience and compounding. Wealth building is not a sprint, it's a long game. Millionaires understand the power of compounding, whether it's interest on investments, profits in a business, or skills in your arsenal. For example, saving $200 a month at 8% return grows to over $1 million in 40 years. Starting a business might lose money in year 1, but generate millions by year 5. Learning a skill, like coding or negotiation, might take months but pay off for decades. Every action you take today is a seed. Plant it, nurture it, and let it grow. This chapter is your toolbox for building wealth. It's not enough to know these strategies, you have to implement them. Start small. Pick one income stream, one investment, one connection to pursue today. Build systems, take calculated risks, and stay disciplined. Your millions aren't a dream. They're a series of deliberate, strategic actions waiting for you to take. Are you ready to build your empire? Stay in it. Chapter 5, Cultivating Resilience, the unbreakable spirit of a millionaire. You've built a millionaire mindset, crafted a vivid vision, mastered execution, and armed yourself with wealth-building strategies. But here's the reality. The path to millions is not a smooth upward climb. It's a battlefield littered with obstacles, failures, and moments that test your soul. What separates millionaires from the rest isn't their intelligence or resources, it's their resilience. Their ability to rise from setbacks, endure pain, and keep moving forward, no matter how brutal the journey gets. This chapter is about forging an unbreakable spirit, cultivating the mental and emotional toughness to weather any storm, and turning adversity into fuel for your success. This is a deep, exhaustive exploration of resilience, packed with practical tools, mindset shifts, and raw truths to ensure you not only survive the grind, but thrive in it. Get ready, because this is where you become unstoppable. Let's start with the why. Why is resilience so critical? Because wealth building is a war of attrition. You will face rejection, investors saying no, clients ghosting you, partners betraying you. You will face failure, businesses collapsing, investments tanking, plans unraveling. You will face doubt from others, but worse, from yourself. Life will throw curveballs, economic crashes, personal tragedies, health crises. Most people crumble under this pressure. They give up, settle for less, or retreat to safety. Millionaires don't. They bend, but don't break. They see every setback as temporary, every failure as feedback, every pain as a price worth paying. Resilience is the muscle that keeps you in the game when everyone else has quit. What does resilience look like? It's not about being emotionless or pretending everything's fine. It's about feeling the fear, the frustration, the heartbreak, and choosing to act anyway. Take Oprah Winfrey, fired from her first TV job, told she wasn't fit for the screen, yet she pushed through to build a billion-dollar empire. Or Elon Musk, nearly bankrupt in 2008, sleeping on factory floors to keep Tesla alive, yet he emerged stronger. These aren't superhumans. They're people who trained their minds to endure and adapt. Resilience is a skill, not a trait, and you can build it, starting now. Let's dive into the first pillar of resilience, reframing failure. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's part of it. Millionaires don't fear failure, they embrace it as a teacher. Every flop is data, every rejection a lesson. Let's say you launch a product and it bombs. Instead of thinking, I'm a failure, ask, what went wrong? Was it the pricing, the marketing, the timing? Analyze it like a scientist. Write down what you learned and how you'll adjust. This shift turns failure from a dead end into a detour. Thomas Edison didn't invent the light bulb on his first try. He failed thousands of times, saying, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Adopt this mindset. Every no brings you closer to a yes. Every mistake makes you smarter. Start a failure journal. After every setback, write down what happened, what you learned, and your next step. This practice rewires your brain to see failure as fuel. Next, let's talk about emotional regulation. Resilience isn't about suppressing emotions, it's about managing them. When you lose a deal, miss a goal, or face a crisis, your emotions can hijack your brain, leading to rash decisions or paralysis. Millionaires stay calm under pressure. They feel the sting, but don't let it control them. One powerful tool is mindfulness. Spend 10 minutes daily meditating. Focus on your breath. Notice thoughts without judgment. Apps like Headspace or Calm can guide you. Mindfulness strengthens your ability to pause between stimulus and response, giving you space to choose wisely. Another technique is the 5-5-5 rule. When you're overwhelmed, breathe in for 5 seconds, hold for 5, exhale for 5. Repeat until your heart rate slows. This grounds you, letting you act from logic, not panic. Let's go deeper with self-talk. Your inner voice shapes your resilience. If you're constantly thinking, I can't do this, I'm not good enough, or this is too hard, you're sabotaging yourself. Millionaires curate their self-talk like they curate their investments. They speak to themselves with encouragement, not criticism. Start by noticing your thoughts. When a negative one arises, challenge it with evidence. For example, if you think, I'll never make a million, counter with, I've already learned X, achieved Y, and I'm taking Z steps daily. Replace I can't with, I'll figure it out. Write affirmations that align with your vision. I am resilient. I turn obstacles into opportunities. I am building my millions every day. Read them aloud morning and night. It feels awkward at first, but it reprograms your mind over time. Another key to resilience is adaptability. The world changes. Markets crash, technologies disrupt, competitors emerge. Millionaires don't cling to old plans, they pivot. Look at Netflix. It started as a DVD rental service, but adapted to streaming, dominating the industry. To stay adaptable, cultivate a growth mindset, the belief that your abilities can improve with effort. Read Carol Dweck's mindset to dive deeper. When faced with change, ask, how can I turn this into an advantage? For example, if your industry is disrupted, learn the new technology or find a niche others overlook. Stay curious, read widely, follow trends on X, attend webinars. The more you know, the faster you can pivot. Flexibility is your superpower in a chaotic world. Let's talk about community, because resilience isn't built alone. Millionaires surround themselves with people who lift them up, mentors, peers, supporters. Your network is your safety net. When you're down, a mentor can offer perspective, a peer can share strategies, a friend can remind you of your why. Audit your circle. Who drains you? Who inspires you? Distance yourself from naysayers, even if they're family. Seek out high achievers, join mastermind groups, attend industry events, or connect on X. Follow accounts like Gary Vee or Anchor for daily doses of grit and wisdom. Don't just consume, engage. Comment, ask questions, share your journey. Relationships amplify your resilience, giving you strength when yours falters. Physical resilience is just as crucial. Your body is the engine of your empire. If it breaks down, so does your progress. Millionaires prioritize health because they know energy drives action. Exercise daily, even if it's a 20-minute walk or bodyweight workout. Movement boosts endorphins, reducing stress and sharpening focus. Eat nutrient-dense foods, vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats, not junk that spikes and crashes your energy. Hydrate. Aim for 2 to 3 liters of water daily. Sleep 7 to 8 hours nightly. Studies show sleep deprivation impairs decision-making worse than alcohol. Small habits compound. A healthy body fuels a resilient mind, which fuels a millionaire's hustle. Let's address burnout, because the grind can wear you down. Resilience doesn't mean working 24/7. It means working smart and sustaining your drive. Millionaires take breaks to recharge. Schedule downtime, a weekly hobby, a monthly getaway, or even a daily 15-minute walk without your phone. Practice gratitude to stay grounded. Write down 3 things you're thankful for daily, like a supportive friend, a small win, or the chance to chase your dreams. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's possible. If burnout hits, step back, reassess, and adjust. Maybe you're overcommitted or chasing the wrong goal. Be honest with yourself. Resilience includes knowing when to pivot. Another tool is perspective. Millionaires zoom out during tough times. A lost deal feels catastrophic today, but insignificant in a year. A failed business stings now, but could lead to a better opportunity. When you're in the trenches, ask, will this matter in 5 years? Most problems won't. This doesn't minimize pain, it contextualizes it. Journaling helps. Write about your challenge, then imagine yourself a year from now looking back. What advice would future you give? This exercise detaches you from the moment, letting you act with clarity. Let's talk about purpose, because resilience flows from a deep why. Millionaires aren't driven by money alone. They're driven by impact, freedom, or legacy. Reconnect with your vision from Chapter 2. Why do you want millions? Is it to give your kids a better life? To fund a cause? To prove something to yourself? Write your why on a sticky note and put it where you'll see it daily. Your mirror, your desk, your phone. When you're exhausted or discouraged, your why pulls you through. For example, if your why is to build schools in underserved areas, every rejection is just a step toward that mission. Purpose turns pain into progress. Finally, let's address consistency. Resilience isn't about grand gestures. It's about showing up daily, even when you're battered. Millionaires don't take days off from their dreams. They work through doubt, through failure, through chaos. Create a never skip rule. No matter how bad things get, do one thing daily toward your vision. Maybe it's a 10-minute task, reading, emailing, brainstorming. These micro actions keep you tethered to your goal, preventing despair from derailing you. Over time, they compound into breakthroughs. As Woody Allen said, 80% of success is showing up. Be the one who shows up, always. This chapter is your armor for the millionaire's journey. Resilience isn't about avoiding pain. It's about thriving through it. Reframe failure, regulate emotions, adapt to change, lean on your community, and stay anchored to your why. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every tear is a seed for triumph. You're not just building wealth, you're building an unbreakable spirit that no obstacle can shatter. Are you ready to rise again and again? Stay in it. Chapter 6, Sustaining Success, the Legacy of a Millionaire's Mind. You've built a millionaire mindset, crafted a vivid vision, mastered execution, implemented wealth-building strategies, and forged an unbreakable resilience. Now, you stand at the pinnacle of this journey, ready to not only achieve your millions, but to sustain and amplify them, creating a legacy that outlives you. This final chapter is about cementing your success, ensuring your wealth grows, your impact endures, and your life remains fulfilling. It's about transitioning from chasing millions to living as a millionaire, managing your empire, giving back, and evolving into the person who not only achieves greatness, but maintains it. This is the longest, most comprehensive exploration yet, diving deep into the systems, philosophies, and practices that keep millionaires thriving for decades. Prepare to anchor your success, protect your wealth, and leave a mark on the world. Let's dive in. Sustaining success begins with a shift in identity. You're no longer just aspiring to be a millionaire, you're becoming one, and that requires embodying the habits, values, and responsibilities of wealth. Millionaires don't see success as a finish line, they see it as a new starting point. Once you hit your first million, the game changes. It's not about scrambling to earn more, it's about preserving, growing, and leveraging what you've built. This starts with mindset maintenance. The same mental discipline that got you here must be sustained, even sharpened. Continue visualizing your goals, but evolve them. If your original vision was $1 million net worth, what's next? 10 million? A global business? A foundation that changes lives? Keep your vision dynamic, always stretching you to grow. Every morning, spend 10 minutes visualizing not just your current success, but your next level. See yourself managing a portfolio, mentoring others, or speaking on stages. This keeps your mind hungry and focused. Let's talk about wealth preservation, because earning millions is one thing, keeping them is another. Millionaires are obsessive about protecting their assets. Start with diversification. Your wealth shouldn't be tied to a single source, whether it's a business, stock, or property. Spread your investments across asset classes, equities, real estate, bonds, commodities, even alternative investments like art or private equity. For example, if your business generates 80% of your income, reinvest profits into index funds or rental properties to create a safety net. Follow the 60-30-10 rule as a starting point. 60% in stable investments, stocks, bonds, 30% in growth assets, real estate, your business, and 10% in speculative ventures, crypto, startups. Diversification cushions you against market crashes or industry disruptions. Insurance is another non-negotiable. Millionaires shield themselves from catastrophic losses. Ensure you have comprehensive coverage: health, life, disability, property, and liability insurance. If you own a business, add business interruption and cyber insurance. For high net worth individuals, umbrella policies provide extra protection against lawsuits. Consult an insurance broker to tailor a plan. Don't skimp here. A single lawsuit or medical emergency can wipe out years of wealth. Similarly, legal structures like LLCs, trusts, or holding companies protect your assets from creditors or taxes. Work with an estate attorney to set these up. For example, a revocable living trust can ensure your wealth passes smoothly to heirs, avoiding probate. These steps aren't glamorous, but they're the fortress around your empire. Tax optimization remains critical as your wealth grows. Millionaires don't pay more taxes than necessary. They use every legal strategy to minimize their liability. Maximize contributions to tax-advantaged accounts like IRAs, 401ks, or HSAs. If you're a business owner, explore deductions for equipment, travel, or home office expenses. Real estate investors can leverage depreciation or 1031 exchanges to defer capital gains taxes. Charitable giving is another powerful tool. Donating appreciated assets like stocks avoids capital gains tax while supporting causes you care about. Hire a CPA who specializes in high net worth clients. They'll uncover strategies you'd miss. Follow tax experts on X for updates, but always verify with your accountant. Tax laws change, and staying informed keeps more money in your pocket. Let's dive into wealth growth, because millionaires don't rest on their laurels, they compound their success. Reinvesting profits is key. If your business generates $500,000 annually, don't splurge on a yacht. Reinvest in expansion, new products, or acquisitions. If your investments yield dividends, reinvest them to buy more shares. Compounding is your superpower. For example, $1 million invested at 8% annual return grows to $2 million in 10 years without adding a dime, Automate this process. Set up dividend reinvestment plans, DRIPs, or automatic transfers to investment accounts. The less you touch your money, the more it grows. Stay disciplined. Lifestyle creep, where spending rises with income, is the silent killer of wealth. Live below your means, even as a millionaire. Warren Buffett still lives in the Omaha house he bought for $31,500 in 1958. Frugality isn't about deprivation. It's about prioritizing growth over ego. Scaling your impact is another hallmark of sustained success. Millionaires don't just hoard wealth, they use it to create value. This might mean growing your business to serve more customers, like expanding a local bakery into a national chain. Or it could mean investing in startups, mentoring entrepreneurs, or funding innovation. Look at someone like Mark Cuban. He built his fortune selling broadcast.com, then used it to invest in hundreds of companies through Shark Tank and beyond. Scaling impact requires systems. Delegate low-value tasks to a team so you can focus on strategy. Use technology to automate processes, CRM software for clients, accounting tools like QuickBooks, or AI for market analysis. Systems free you to think bigger, act bolder, and multiply your reach. Giving back is integral to a millionaire's legacy. Wealth without purpose feels hollow, and millionaires know this. Philanthropy isn't just about writing checks, it's about creating lasting change. Start by identifying causes you're passionate about: education, healthcare, environmental justice. Research organizations with measurable impact. Use platforms like Charity Navigator to vet them. Consider starting your own foundation or scholarship fund for greater control. For example, if your why is empowering youth, fund coding boot camps for underserved teens. Giving doesn't have to wait until you're a billionaire. Start small. Donate 1% of your income, volunteer time, or mentor someone. Giving rewires your brain for abundance, reminding you that wealth is a tool, not a trophy. It also builds your network. Philanthropy connects you with other high-impact individuals, opening doors to partnerships or opportunities. Let's talk about relationships, because sustaining success requires a strong support system. Millionaires nurture their personal and professional networks with intention. Your inner circle, family, friends, mentors, grounds you. Wealth can isolate, so prioritize quality time with loved ones. Schedule weekly dinners, call your parents, take your kids on adventures. These moments recharge you and remind you why you're building wealth. Professionally, keep expanding your network. Attend conferences, join exclusive clubs like YPO, Young Presidents Organization, or engage on X with thought leaders. Don't just collect contacts, build relationships, follow up with a thank you note, share a resource, or offer help. Strong relationships amplify your success, providing advice, opportunities, and perspective. Mental and physical health remain non-negotiable. Sustaining success demands stamina. Continue exercising daily. Mix cardio, strength, and flexibility for balance. Eat whole foods. A diet rich in vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats fuels your brain and body. Experiment with intermittent fasting or plant-based meals if it suits you, but avoid fads. Sleep 7 to 8 hours nightly. Use a sleep tracker to optimize. Mental health is just as critical. Therapy or coaching can help you navigate the pressures of wealth. Journal daily to process emotions and track growth. Write 3 wins, 3 lessons, and 3 goals each week. Meditation, even 5 minutes daily, keeps you centered. Protect your energy. Say no to draining people or commitments. Health isn't a luxury, it's the engine of your empire. Let's address complacency, the silent threat to sustained success. Millionaires never stop learning or evolving. The world changes, new technologies, markets, and competitors emerge. Stay ahead by being a lifelong learner. Read 20 to 30 books a year. Mix Business, Good to Great by Jim Collins, Psychology, Atomic Habits by James Clear, and History, The Power Broker by Robert Caro for perspective. Listen to podcasts like The Tim Ferriss Show or Masters of Scale. Follow innovators on X. Study their moves, not just their wins. Take courses on platforms like Coursera or Masterclass to learn skills like AI, blockchain, or negotiation. Attend seminars or hire coaches to push your limits. Complacency kills empires. Curiosity builds them. Legacy is the ultimate measure of sustained success. Millionaires think beyond their lifetime. How will their wealth, values, and impact endure? Start by documenting your story. Write a memoir, record videos, or create a family archive. Share your lessons, failures, and triumphs. This preserves your wisdom for future generations. Next, plan your estate. Work with a financial planner to create a will, trust, or succession plan. If you own a business, groom a successor or prepare it for sale. Ensure your wealth transfers smoothly to heirs or causes. Finally, instill values in those around you. Teach your kids financial literacy, budgeting, investing, giving. Mentor young entrepreneurs, sharing your playbook. Your legacy isn't just money, it's the lives you touch, the systems you build, the change you ignite. Let's close with purpose. Sustaining success means staying connected to your why. Revisit your vision daily. Why are you building this empire? Is it freedom, security, impact? Write your why on a card and carry it. When challenges arise, market dips, business struggles, personal doubts, your why anchors you. It's the fire that keeps you moving when the world tries to stop you. Live it every day. If your why is family, be present for them. If it's impact, give generously. If it's growth, never stop learning. Your why is your legacy's heartbeat. This chapter is your guide to not just reaching millions, but thriving as a millionaire. Protect your wealth, scale your impact, give back, and evolve. Success isn't a destination, it's a way of life. You've trained your mind, built your empire, and forged your resilience. Now, live the legacy you're creating. Are you ready to sustain your millions and change the world? Stay in it.